I posted the problem from profits and gains from business and profession. We'll do that. I'll explain you slowly. We have to cover two more important topics here. Now to calculate depreciation based on the usage of assets. Okay, based on the duration of usage of assets here. Now, if you purchased new assets during the previous year, that is 1920, to the current assessment year, if the assets is used for less than 180 days in the last year, previous year, if you use the property or assets less than 180 days, you have to calculate 50% of normal depreciation is allowed. That means if the depreciation is 10,000, you have to take only 5,000. You have to take 50% of normal depreciation. If you purchase the asset in the last year, previous year, and you use for less than 180 days, you have to calculate 50% of normal depreciation, not 100%. Suppose normal depreciation is 20,000, you take only 50%, that is 10,000. If this is the case. Next, same newly purchased asset during the last year compared to the current year, same this one, same heading, but if the property is used more than 180 days, if you're using the asset for more than 180 days in a year, this is last year, we can allow normal depreciation for full year is allowed. Less than 180 days, only 50% of normal depreciation. Same condition if the asset is purchased previous year. Now, if asset is purchased in the earliest period, that means before the previous year you purchased asset, but used for only for 1 day minimum. You purchase the asset before the previous year. Okay, purchase assets at 2018 or 17, but you used only for 1 day. You can allow normal depreciation for full year is allowed. Earliest period means before 2019-20, before previous year. Same condition. Even with the same condition, if you not use even for a day, if you not use the property even for a day, no depreciation is allowed. Okay, so this is the you have to calculate depreciation depending on the usage of the assets. If you purchase the assets earliest, old assets, using for minimum 1 day, full depreciation, normal depreciation. Same condition, you not use even for a day, no depreciation is allowed. Okay, so you have to remember this depreciation block table for different types of assets. Block 1 to block 13, block 1 5% to block 13, 15, sorry, block 15, 17, till 17 is there. Now, how to remember easy way? Easy way is if books is given, if books is given, depreciation box is 40%. Any case, anyway, any case, you have to calculate depreciation at the rate of 40%. It may be any reason, any case. Okay, this is the depreciation you have to calculate. Just 1 second, 1 second. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, if you're asking to calculate depreciation on books, No percentage is specified. By default, A to calculate at the rate of 40% on books. Let it be, books can be used for any purpose. Okay. Now, if they ask to calculate depreciation on intangible assets, and see that if that assets are purchased after 1/4/1998, except goodwill, by default, you have to calculate 25% on that intangible assets, except goodwill. But see, it should be purchased after 1/4/1998. If it is before 1/4/98, no depreciation is allowed. Okay, on intangible assets. But on goodwill, no depreciation is calculated. Except goodwill, all intangible assets purchased on or after 1st April 1998, by default, you have to calculate depreciation at the rate of 25%. Then, this common rates are there 40%. What is that? On which one? If it is a computers or computer software, if it's a computers or computer software, you have to calculate depreciation at the rate of 40%. They'll never mention in the problem. You have to calculate by yourself by seeing the table block. Okay, if it is computer or computer software, you have to calculate depreciation at the rate of 40% by default. Now, if I say energy saving devices, say in the problem, energy saving devices, you have to calculate at the rate of 40%. And if it is a water pollution control equipment, with air and water pollution control equipment, you have to calculate 40%. Okay, you remember depreciation on books, depreciation on computers, depreciation on energy saving devices, depreciation on air and water pollution control equipment, 40% that you calculate by default. Okay, they'll not mention the problem. Next, again there are so many 40% are there. You can easily remember that. It's a aeroplanes or aero engines or life-saving medical equipment. You have to calculate 40%. It may be anything. It can be aeroplanes or aero engines or life-saving medical equipment. You have to calculate 40%. And if it is a containers made of glass or plastic used as refills or refill containers, okay, refill containers made of glass or plastic, 40%. Okay, that you can remember like that. Uh, this is somewhat difficult. There are different. You have to refer this list, and normally they'll give you only these things in life saving on books. And sometimes what happens, if depreciation that building used for office or factory or showroom or go down, by default it will calculate 10%. Okay, if it is a used for business, calculate 10%. Suppose it is used for only for hotels, building used for hotel business, 10%. Suppose the building is used for temporary structures, it will calculate 40%. And suppose if building is purchased on or after 1/9/2002 for a business engaged in providing infrastructure facilities, 40%. By default, you have to calculate. Suppose if given problem is given furniture and fittings, it will calculate by default for all type of business. You have to calculate by default 10% depreciation. Okay. Suppose if you have a motor car or lorries or buses and you're running them on hire, you have to calculate 30%. Okay. But if that same vehicle are purchased from this date to this date, 23 September to 31st March, and you're using before 31st March, in that case, you have to calculate 45% as depreciation rate. Okay, so this thing you have to remember the depreciation for different block of assets. Now, how to calculate depreciation? Sometimes it'll give you WDV. What is WDV? I think you have already done depreciation in the FA1 first semester depreciation. Written down value of fixed assets. How to calculate depreciation? Now this is the chart where you have to calculate depreciation. Put the opening balance. Which opening balance? You have to write the opening balance of written down value method at the beginning of the current previous year. Last year beginning, you put the opening balance. Suppose you purchase any assets during that year, you would add it. Okay, actual cost. Suppose you sold any asset, you deduct sale of the asset. Okay, you deduct sale of the asset. What you will get? You will get written down value at close. How to calculate written down value? Now on this value, you have to calculate depreciation. On this value. Okay. Now, this is the opening written down value of that machine. This is opening balance. Add purchases, less sales, you will get the closing balance of written down value. On this, you have to calculate depreciation. Now, do the problem of the posted in the WhatsApp group. I'll share the problem now. We'll do go slowly, okay? We run fast. So there is a problem here. Yeah, this is a problem. Now this is the problem. Now is given profit or loss account. Now you have to find out income from business. Okay, Mr. Pawan Kalyan prepared the following P&L account of his cloth shop for the year ended 31st March 2020. Find out his income from business for the assessment year 2021. He is given P&L account for the year 31st March 2020. It's given the particulars, these are expenses, debit side, credit side is incomes. Okay. So first you have to calculate income from business. Now how to calculate income from business? Now, first you see the format. What you have to take first? Step one. What you have to take the first one? Step one. Step one, what you have to take? What you have to take the first one? Step one. To see the step to compute income from business, what you have to take the first one, step one. What is the first step one? Anyone? What is step one? To compute income from business. What is the step one you have to find out? Which one you have to take it? So whatever the given in the P&L account, first take the net profit value. Procedure to compute income from business. Solution. Solution. First take the net profit value. First we draw the table now. Draw the table. Prepare the table now. So insert the table. Insert table. We need 3 columns and number of rows. We take 15. 15. Okay. So first we'll take the heading. So computation of income from business. Computation of income from business for the assessment year 2021. Okay, so make it center and first column is particulars, second one is rupees column, and third one is rupees column. Third one is rupees column. Now we make it short, rupees column. Make it center. First you take net profit. Because he has given net profit in the problem. How much is net profit given? 2,11,500. 2,11,500. Now what should we add? We should add what? Add what? We should add what we should add it. I'll save it now. Now if you see that uh, steps, I'll show you the steps now. What you have to add it to the net profit. So see the steps here. What you have to add it to the net profit here. What you have to add it to the net profit. Anyone had gone through this? What did you add to net profit? Anyone? What did you add to net profit? How do you say that? So, you people are there in the class or not? So what you have to add it? What you have to add it? Step one. Are you there in the class? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
What should be added? What are the expenses we have to add it? What do you say that? Please refer that material.
So salaries, wages, and all.
No, what is the heading? What is the heading? What are the things we have to add it? What do you say that? What do you call this? What do you call this? What do you call this here? What do you call this? Some heading should be there for that. No? What do you call this heading?
Business expense?
Yes. Then only business expense. Complete sentence is there. No. Complete sentence is there. What do you call this? Take your own time, no problem. Take your own time. So, yeah. What do you call this? I'll open this one.
Business expense allowed as deduction.
Okay, I'll show you. Uh, so what is this? I'll show you this one. What is this? Step one, take the net profit and loss account. Take the net profit and loss. Let's add the following to net profit. Take the net profit. You have to say this one. Expenses debited in profit and loss account, but they are inadmissible. So what do you have to say? Expenses debited in profit and loss account, but they are inadmissible. So expenses debited in profit and loss account, which are inadmissible. Which are inadmissible. Okay. So please see one by one. Which expenses are not business expenses? That means you see the debit side of P&L account. Which expenses are not concerned, not related to the business expenditure? Check one by one in P&L account. Salaries and wages. Is it a business expense or not? Please respond me. Salaries and wages. Is it a business expenditure or not?
Yes, sir.
So we don't take it. Okay, we have to take which is not a business expenditure. Which is not a business expenditure. Rent, is it a business expense or not? Rent.
Yes.
Yes. Household expenses?
No.
No. So we have to take it. No means you have to take it. No means you have to enter there. Yes means you have to ignore it. Remember. No. It is not a business expenditure. So you have to enter that. Household expenses. Household expenses. Inner column. Enter the inner column. Okay. So 82,000. Next. What is next one? Next expenses. Next one. Income tax. Is it a business expenditure? Income tax. Given the material, income tax, does it come under business expenditure or personal expenses? Income tax. So it will come under personal expenses, not business expenditure. Income tax means personal expenses. Income tax, you pay income on the salary. Okay, so that is not a business expenditure. You have to write include that. No means included. Income tax. Amount is 900. 900. Next. What is next one? Next one is given advertisement. Is it a business expenditure? Yes or no? Yes means we don't include it. We don't enter. No means we should enter. Is it business expenditure advertisement? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
So we don't enter it. Ignore it. Postage expenses. Postage expenses. Is it business expenditure? Postage expenses.
Yes, sir.
So we will ignore it. Okay. We don't enter that. Next. Gift to relatives. Gift to relatives. Is it a business expenditure?
It's a personal.
Personal. So we'll enter gift to.
So we can't able to see the screen, sir.
Sorry. One second. Very sorry. Yes. We are not responding. We are not responding. Can you see now? Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now gift to relatives. So we should not. That means no means we have to enter there. What is the amount gift to relatives? 900. Okay. 900. Next, read it. What is next one? Next one. Fire insurance premium. Is it a business expenditure? Yes or no? Fire insurance premium. Is it a business expenditure or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we don't take it. Yes means we will not take it. No means we will enter it. Next, life insurance premium. Life insurance premium. Is it a business expenditure or not?
No.
No. So we will enter it. No means enter. Life insurance premium. So what is the amount here? 2,100. Okay, 2,100. 2,100. Next. Next please. Bad debts reserve. Bad debts reserve. Is it a business expenditure or not? Bad debts reserve.
Yes.
How can we ask? What is the reserve? Actually, what is bad debt reserve? Can you tell me what is bad debt reserve? Is the actual loss or anticipated loss? Your studying final accounts now should be perfect in that. Is it bad debt reserve actual loss or anticipated loss? First tell me. Bad debts reserve, is it actual loss or anticipated loss?
Anticipated loss.
Anticipated losses will not consider. We don't take anticipated losses. Remember, So hence we should, no, it is not business. Why? Because it's an anticipated loss. So we'll enter that bad debts reserve. Bad debts reserve. Okay. How many bad debts reserve? 800. Next. Next. Audit fees. Audit fees. Is it business expenditure or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We will not take it. Okay. Now we will cover all the debit side of P&L account. So we will add up all the values of inner column, rupees column. Add up these values here. So 86,700. Add up all these values here. Only these values here. I get 86,700. 86,700. Okay. Now step 2 is step 3. What is step 3? What is step 3? Now, it says step 3. I'll show you this step 3. Stop share. Step 3. Now, step 3 is this. Step 2 is over. Okay. This is what they. Yeah. Step 2 is here. Step 3. Step 3. Yeah. Now, step 3. Step 3. Copy and paste that. Step 3. Copy and paste. Deduct expenses which are related to the business but not debited in the P&L account but allowable expenses. Can you see any expenses in this problem which is not debited in the P&L account? Can you see any expenses which is not debited in P&L account? Can you see that? No. Nothing is there. Nothing is there. Okay. So we'll copy and paste that. Copy and paste. This is copy. This is copy that. Paste that. Less. Paste. Okay. So we have pasted that. This is less. 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 Okay. Nothing is there. So we say nil. No such expenses. We don't find any expenses which are not debited in the P&L account, but it is an allowable expenses. Now this is regard to the step 3. Now go for step 4. Step 3 is over. Step 3 we don't find any expenses there. Step 4. What is this? Deduct incomes which are to be computed under other heads of income but created in the P&L account. So it comes under other heads of income, it seems. Okay, it comes under other heads of income. That means you have to see the credit side of P&L account. You have to see the credit side of P&L account. Okay. Now, what is the credit side P&L account? New share. You see the problem here? What is the credit side P&L account? Anyone is there? What is the credit side of P&L account?
So gifts from relatives?
Okay. Can we treat it as business income?
No.
No. What will do? Add should be less deducted.
We need to add. We need to deduct, I guess.
Deduct. You should less deduct. Gifts from relatives. Okay. Why? Because that is not a business income. This is not a business income. Okay. So we will deduct it. Okay. 275. So we don't have any other items. So the problem ends here. 275. 275. 275. So 8600. No, I have to write the inner part. Should add here. Sorry, this is add here. We write the. This will remove this one. We have less gifts from relatives. So 275. Now to this value 2,11,500 add 86,700, you will get 2,98,200. 2,98,200. Okay. So 2,11,500 add this 8600, you get 2,98,200. Less gifts from relatives. Less means minus. Okay, keep it in brackets. Less in minus. So if you deduct from 2,98,200, you will get the answer of 2,97,925. This is what the resultant value will be income from business. Income from business. This is the how to calculate income from business. Okay. So we don't have the expenses which are related to business not debited P&L account. Now this is not required actually. I'll remove this one because nothing is there. So you should remember that table, the schedule. So unnecessarily using this one. So we'll remove this. This is not required. This is not required. This is the how to calculate income from business. First take the net profit. Okay. Net profit is the take the net profit. I'll show you again this one. Yeah, this is the pro forma. This is the pro forma. I'll show you. Now enlarge the screen. First, we take the net profit. Take the net profit. Okay, from the P&L account. Add the following to net profit, which has to be added: expenses debited in P&L account, but they are not admitted. They are inadmissible. Those expenses are not business related. Yes or no? Classify the expenses. If it is yes, don't take it. If it is no, take it. What are those expenses? Like provision for doubtful debts, income tax paid. This cannot be admitted. This is no, these are not a business expenditure. No. Expenses not related to the business or expenses related to other heads of income should also add it. Personal expenses should also add it. Capital expenses should also be added to net profit. All charities donations, like without any approval, or including other expenses, capital losses like loss on sale of building or loss on sale of machinery or loss on sale of furniture or loss on sale of plant, and excess depreciation. Actually, you have to calculate depreciation at the rate of according to the block of assets. If you charge excess percentage, that has to be added. Okay, so that means all these expenses are not related to the business. Plus, if you paid any fines or penalties, add to net profit. If you receive any gifts and presentation in personal capacity, add to net profit. Suppose sometimes what happens, you are giving gift to the customers. That here too should not include that. Gifts given to customers, that comes under promoting your products. that comes under business expenditure. You should not include this. Gifts given to personal capacity, gifts given to relatives or friends, you have to include this. Those are not business expenditure. Similarly, if you pay the expenses, revenue expenses in cash about 10,000, complete expenses will be disallowed. You should pay by check only. Similarly, if you pay transport related expenses, you paid in cash above 35,000, the complete amount will be disallowed. You have to include them. Okay. Below 10,000, you can pay in cash in case of normal revenue expenses. Below 35,000, in case of transport related expenses, you can pay in cash. But above 10,000, above 35,000, you can pay by check. If you don't pay by check, the complete amount will be disallowed. Okay. Notional expenses like proprietor salary or owner's salary or commission received by the owner will also be added. Step 3. Now subtract those expenses but which are concerned with the business but which is not shown in the P&L account. But it is allowed as expenses, business expenses. What are those? What are those? There are some expenses which are shown not in the P&L account but shown in the adjustment that you have to subtract. Okay. Next, subtract those incomes which related to other heads of income like rent from house property, capital gain. Again, subtract those income which cannot be treated as business income, like we have done it gift from relatives. Okay, like income tax refund or bad debts recovered, we cannot treat it as business income. And finally, add those incomes which are concerned with the business, which are related to business, okay, but not entered on the credit side of P&L account, like sale of scrap or sale of empty bag containers. It might be entered in adjustments. Okay, so this is the way how to calculate the income from business or loss from business. Suppose in the problem net profit is not given in the P&L account, take the net loss. Okay, net loss is given. Whatever the add items are there, it becomes less. Whatever less items are there, it will be added back. We'll do problems slowly. Okay. I'll take the attendance part. This is the way. It's a simple problem. You may get in short questions. Short questions. This problem comes in short question because there is no adjustment part. It can come in short questions here. I'll take the attendance part.